But
when they stopped making group, when groups stopped and everything.
Right. Yeah. Love songs that I like were like songs by like Earth, Wind, and Fire or the OJs. And of course, the ultimate love song of all time, Lenny Williams. You know, I mean, that's just, you can't get no more love song than that.
That nigga was in love.
All right, so here we go. What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Tony the Hadnot, the aka the Nocturnus, and I'm here with my bro
Ken Folk, man, and we are
Super Hadnot Bros, and this is a podcast where we sit here and have a conversation about literally nothing. We are the newest official broadcast on the internet right now, so
check us out, man. Subscribe to this shit.
Please subscribe to us. So how's your week been?
Man, it's crazy. Another week working in these damn refineries is something else, bro. Like,
oil and gas
blowing up and
something blew up.
Should be blowing up all the time, man.
Oh wow, that's weird. Well, I know that oil and gas is always up and down anyway. So
but I mean it's up and down on the price, but we work in this thing, man. We see a whole nother side of it.
Yeah, I guess so. It make a lot of sense.
Yeah,
it just seemed like there's a lot going on.
Yeah, taking care of the girls, doing all of this stuff. They got a bye week, so we didn't have a game today, so it's all good.
So you got a night off, kind of.
Yeah,
kind of a night off.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
I guess we can say we running this. We catching us a little bit of a stride with the podcast right now. I mean, ain't nobody watching us yet, but y'all gonna be watching us soon enough.
Hey man, you gotta walk before you run, man.
You gotta walk before you walk before you run.
You know what I'm saying? We gonna get somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Some of the stuff is gonna be ridiculous still. So no matter what, you never know what's gonna happen.
You never know what's gonna happen, man, and that's the beautiful thing about it. But I've been enjoying it. I've been loving the feedback that we've been getting off of it. A couple of the videos got some comments. We picked up a couple of subscribers since the last episode, and that was just off of the first clip alone. So that was actually kind of dope.
We gotta give a special shout out.
Oh, we gotta do that. That's at the end of the episode. That's at the end of the episode. We're gonna do that at the end of the episode.
Okay, gotcha.
That's where we'll save that little piece for everybody who does that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now we definitely gonna make sure we shout that out and show our appreciation and all that. But yeah, man. Other than that, man, I know it's been it's been a mad busy week for me. I started doing the school photography thing.
Yeah,
and has been an adventure in itself. Just because working with little kids it's different. It's different. But you know what?
Mm-hmm.
When I first got on, I thought it was going to be something that I didn't like. I thought it was going to be something where I can just go in and draw a paycheck, but it's actually something that I really, really, really enjoy. Because I was like, oh, just a bunch of little kids. They ain't going to listen and blah, blah, blah. But
how old are the kids?
Well, we work mainly with elementary schools. We have 2 middle schools.
But they're all man. That's when their brains are more creative, man. They anything can happen in their mind.
Yeah, anything can happen in their mind. But I mean, we just take yearbook photos, so it's like very. I have to follow a certain level of standards when I'm doing the photos with the kids. But it is really cool because like the younger kids it's a bittersweet thing on each end with each age group. So like, let's say anywhere from preschool to pre-K to, let's say like 2nd grade, they are more than happy to smile and say cheese.
Right.
Cheese, and they happy. The only downfall to it is that because they're so young, when you're trying to direct them a little bit, they get confused real easy. It's really... Yeah, and they wiggly. They don't sit still, so you kind of have to be a little patient with that. But it's really fun working with them. Now those, let's say from 2nd to 8th grade, some odd reason, these kids they don't like to smile, and it's so weird because
that shit, man.
They too tough. But what's funny about it is that I see it more so. I would expect that from anywhere. From like ages 11 and up, I would never expect that from like an 8, 9, 10-year-old. And like they're the ones that are like that are doing it. But you know what? I saw something real crazy the other day. So last Thursday I did a middle school and I was working with 7th and 8th graders.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell these people are putting in this food, but I had one kid had to be about 13 or 14 years old, and that boy was shaving. I'm talking about he was taller than me. He had more muscle mass than me. He had like 5 o'clock shadow at like 3.
Bro, you know what I'm saying? When I go pick up the kids from BU, it's high schoolers. You know, we had to shave.
Yeah.
They don't have to shave. I don't know who is who. I don't know who the teachers are, who the students are, none of that shit.
Yeah, they look grown.
They look hella grown.
Yeah, and it's so weird because like when I talk to each age difference, you can kind of hear the tone of my voice change. So like with little kids, I'm like, hey, how's it going, buddy? You know, blah, blah, blah. But when I talk to like the 13 and 14-year-olds, I mean, I still kind of talk to them like they kids, but I kind of give them that, I try to level with them a little bit.
Right.
And talk to them on a much more mature level about it. Say, hey, come on, buddy, you know, come like that. You know how hard it is saying that to a kid that's 14, but he look like he fucking 25.
Hey man, bring your tall ass over here.
It's like, and the crazy part about it is they don't realize that they look the way that they don't look the way they look.
Just
so it's like
these 14-year-olds that are 6'9" already.
Yeah.
When you hear them speak, you like
they're timid, they're bashful,
they're
babies. So it was just like the weirdest, it's the weirdest thing, man. I don't know, but I just be like, man, what is going on? What is in this food? Because a lot of these kids look mad grown. And I'm just trying to think like, man, when I was in middle school, when I was in the 8th grade, I didn't look 14. I looked like I was like 11.
Happens, you know what I'm saying? You still 14 now. So that's what I'm saying. If you didn't have the gray hair, then it really you couldn't tell.
Yeah, and that's so funny because like the guy who works over me at the school photography place, he's about 10 years younger than me, and they always end up asking me how old I am, and I always end up being the oldest person in the room, although I may not look it. So I don't know, it's kind of a bittersweet thing.
Man, go ahead, tell the people, man, you're 6 or 7.
I mean, I tell them my real, you know, I don't get that thing. I don't get that. The whole idea of like hiding your age. I mean,
I never understood it.
I never understood that if time happens. You know what happens with time? You get older. There's nothing you can do about it.
I don't know. I feel like it's more men though, like that embrace it. They still got some fucking out here who be like,
they do.
Man, I don't want to be old, this, that. But that's fucking. But it's a lot of women that mostly be like, they turn 28. And
like
then
6 times.
They be like, oh, I'm gonna be 28 for the next 20 years. Yeah,
they turn 28 like 6 times. Yeah. No, I never understood the idea of like trying to hide your real age. I mean, it is what it is, and at some point, you're gonna start to look old anyway. Shoot, the way I look at it is, I keep saying good morning. I'm happy. I'm happy to just be alive another day.
Look here, man. For all the stupid shit I've done back in the day, and how many times I was told, you ain't gonna see 18. You ain't gonna see 20. You ain't gonna see 25. Hey, man, I'm keeping waking up. Like, I'm here. I'm in. I'm here. Like, it don't matter now. Like, I'm happy to actually wake up and be like, another day. Let's go.
Yeah, it was, and it's crazy because you know that is something about that age 30 that people fear. I don't know why, but people think when they turn 30 that they're just automatically old, and you really don't realize how young 30 really is. It's
not until you get 30 and then you realize from there that 40 is not old. And then when you get to 40, you realize 55 ain't old.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like, to me, old is like 75 and up. You know what I mean? Like 75 is like the average age most people are probably gonna pass away. Right. You know what I'm saying? And nowadays, I mean, 20 years from now, kids probably gonna be living till they like fucking 200.
Yeah,
but
75 is kind of that age range and up, like where it's okay when you pass. Like everybody's
cool. You like your body starts to fail on you, and it happens, you know, whatever.
But everybody is cool with it. Like people just gonna be like, oh well, you know, he was 75. Right. You know what I'm saying? There's no really, oh man, he was so young, he had so much. to do and this and that, man. You didn't live that life.
Right. I was wondering why I was looking so dark. My light wouldn't know.
But there's no shade to none of my 75-year-old people out there, whatever. I know got some running around doing stuff, and I know y'all don't feel old, but y'all not. Y'all good. You're not old till you get.
Man, and that's the other thing is like age is just a mindset at the end of the day. Yeah. Like old, you're only gonna be as old as you feel. I see people that are like my age and they look like they're 80. You know what I'm saying? Because they allow themselves to feel like that. But then like I don't know.
Meth.
It's
meth. I'm just saying meth will do that to you, bro.
That came way out of left field.
I'm just saying, man. I know some cats. I argue. I don't even want to say this dude I know told me he was 30 years old. And I wanted to fight him because I thought he was lying. But I was like, there's no way, bro. You don't have no teeth in your mouth. You just look horrible out here, man. And the skin just look bad. And you look like you went through some shit. And
how do people keep doing
30
though?
Come on. You can't be. He looked like he about 57.
I just don't see how meth could be a drug of choice. Like, I mean, okay, I get it. Like, I guess when you get high, you enjoy it. You want to try to chase that high again. So I mean, I guess
know what type of high you get from it.
I don't want to know what type of high it is either, but I would assume.
There we go, man. That's what I'm talking about.
That's gotta seconds. Be, huh?
Got another 15 seconds of Frozen.
I mean, I got to put technical difficulties in every caption. I apologize, people. You know,
you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Xfinity Internet and StreamYard, baby.
You know what I'm saying? We out here. We doing something.
But no, I just don't see how. Like, meth must be a hell of a drug for you to be able to really want to chase that high again. Because after a while, you know how jack-o'-lantern look like the next day.
Yeah,
that's how people look after they do meth, like a sunken in. Yeah, like a sunken in jack-o'-lantern. Like, why you want to walk around looking like a zombie? Your teeth look like little grains of rice. Like, it just, how is that the drug of choice? Why can't people just do the regular shit like weed? Hell, I wouldn't even be mad if you do cocaine. I'm not endorsing it by any means, but I'm just saying.
Because technically, they don't even classify weed as like a drug, like talking about. Because I went to the county and they was like, hey man, do you have any drugs in your system, this and that or whatever? And I was like, got some marijuana. They was like, I ain't no drug, man.
Can you tell me a real drug, please?
Yeah, they was like, hey, did you suck dick for marijuana? No. So it's not it's not a drug.
No,
it's a natural herb, man. It is what it is.
But I'm just saying, like, I personally think that weed gives you a beautiful high. I don't understand why would you want to go what that other stuff must be fired.
I don't know, man. It's tripping me out because like drug dealers they got it backwards. They started putting fentanyl in everything. Fentanyl's trash, bro. Like I never had it, never been around fentanyl. But I know they putting it into stuff and like supposedly as soon as you touch it, it gets into your system like really fast. Just from touch.
Like literal, like
you touch that shit, it's in your goddamn system.
But
fentanyl, just a little bit can kill you.
Yeah, I know it's very dangerous.
Why would I put fentanyl in there and kill my customers? That's dumb as hell.
Right. Yeah.
I want you to come back. You know what I'm saying? Come back in 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Supply and demand.
Yeah, but like you can die. Why would I take it?
You could also die from cocaine, but that don't stop a lot of people from doing it.
It's pure cocaine.
I'm just saying it's still cocaine.
Yeah, if you've been stepped on a few times, you'll be all right.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not doing it, but
me either. I never started on line.
Like, I just feel like if I guess I don't understand. I can't. And I guess I would have to experience, which I won't. But I just can't understand why would you want to chase a high knowing that this drug or any of these drugs could possibly kill you. The only one that I know can't do it. Well, two. There's only two that I know that won't kill you. That is weed and shrooms.
Shrooms.
I've never heard.
It's like a big thing now. Like everybody doing microdosing of shrooms.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. But
yeah, I'm scared of it. I don't want no part.
Yeah, I'm afraid. I'd rather just whatever.
But I would say the only time that I would probably do crack, coke, fentanyl, I'll try everything if there's a meteor coming to Earth and we know for sure it's going to hit and we go die tomorrow. I'm doing every drug imaginable.
But
why not?
You know what does make it.
I'm just if we know like this thing is coming and we're gonna die tomorrow at 7 p.m. I'm doing everything.
But let me tell you this: everything is not promised. You know why I say that? Because I'm thinking about that one episode of Rick and Morty.
This case.
I don't know if you saw that. I don't know if you saw that episode.
This case. Let me see what you mean. What's up, baby?
Oh,
hey.
Yeah.
And we can't go see the movie because it's rated R.
Okay.
And we gonna go see a different movie. But can I go to the mall while we wait?
What time is the other movie?
At 6 o'clock.
Yeah, that's cool.
You better be home by midnight.
All right, baby.
Bye.
Yeah, daddy do.
But no, you talk about the meteor crashing. I'm gonna just say everything's not promised because I'm thinking about that one episode of Rick and Morty in season 5. Where Rick and Summer went out and they were supposed to have like this extravagant adventure.
Oh, wait, every planet they went to was gonna die.
Every planet was supposed to end, and the one planet where the people was like celebrating the fact that it was about to end, and it
didn't happen.
And it was like mad piss. So all I'm saying is, don't rely on that information. Just start doing all these drugs in the fucking media somehow miraculously, like just bypass the earth or get blown up or something. And now you hooked to like
now I'm an addict. I'm a straight up addict now. Yeah,
that would be bad business, bro.
I'll be out here like got some cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I don't need none of that shit, man.
So I'm just saying, if you're gonna go out, if that kind of threat was posing, do something like, I don't know. Don't do all the drugs. That's all I'm gonna just say.
Every drug. Every one of them. I don't care what it is. I'm snorting, I'm shooting, I'm doing everything.
You would die like within an hour.
That's fine. I don't have to die with everybody else. It's fine.
But then you be like up in heaven or hell, wherever you go.
Yeah,
and then looking at the earth after it got missed and be like, well, shit.
Yeah, that's the only bad part. I died, and then everybody else was like, "Why do you do so many drugs?" Like,
yeah,
it is what it is.
You'd be mad as hell. So
it's fine.
I just don't recommend that.
I'll take the risk if that is happening. Other than that, I'm okay.
I guess. Well, speaking of death, I see that we had 2 celebrity passings this week.
Yeah, man.
PNB Rock and Jesse Powell. I don't know if a lot of people might be too young to remember Jesse Powell. I'm not gonna say that I was the biggest fan of Jesse Powell, but I know like how I guess impactful his music was to a lot of people. I fucking hated that one song that everybody loved, the "Baby It's You." That shit.
Hey man, get off.
I don't like it. You know why? No, you know why?
Why?
I don't like love songs.
Hey, get off the thing.
No. I don't like love songs. I don't like the lovey-dovey love.
I'm gonna just do it like myself. Hey, take the S off of the Super Hadnot Bros.
No, I don't like love songs. I like.
What's wrong with you, man? Like,
I like slow jams. I don't like love songs. There is a difference.
I know there's a difference, but at the end of the day, people don't even make music like that no more.
No, they don't make music like that no more. It just wasn't for me. That's all I'm saying. Like, I don't like.
What's wrong with it though? Like,
it's stupid.
Man, everybody want to be in love.
Everybody want to be in love, but I mean, the way that they like fantasize the shit on like the music videos and stuff like that, that ain't real life. I'm not fucking dropping rose petals.
Music videos, yeah, we know that's not real life.
And on top of that shit, a lot of times the niggas who be singing that shit don't even really be about that shit. They just do it just, huh?
They be gay.
I wasn't even going there with it. I'm just saying, like,
my bad.
Some of these dudes,
thought we was on the same page. My bad.
I'm just saying, like, some of these dudes are just basically like, if you did a show and you were singing these love songs, clearly the words and the lyrics that you're singing are gonna be very impactful. It's gonna make the audience feel some kind of way. But next thing you know, after the show, this dude probably banging about 10 groupies backstage. That's all I'm saying.
But they feel what he was singing. They all feel that way about it.
But he ain't.
Who fault is that? saying that's their fault.
But at the end of the day, I don't know. I just don't like love songs. I don't like love songs. I like slow jams. I don't like love songs. So, well, there are some love songs I like, but they have to sound like a slow jam because there is a difference. There's only like one love song. You know what? I'm a hypocrite.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna take it all back.
Yeah, take it all back.
I don't like the love songs from our generation. I like the love songs.
So where do we end at?
I would say I can't even say our generation.
That's what I'm saying. Where do we end at?
I would say probably like the
90s still had R&B songs that were love songs, and they were.
So I would say from like the mid 90s on back until it like kind of died off.
Right.
But
when they stopped making when groups stopped and everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Love songs that I like were like songs by like Earth, Wind and Fire or the OJs, and of course the ultimate love song of all time, Lenny Williams. I mean, that's just you can't get no more love song than that.
That nigga was in love.
You can't get no more love song than that. But I don't know. I just like I like the R. Kelly type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Look, you know I'm gonna just say this. Everybody still love R. Kelly. I don't care what people talking about. They still love that dude. Because if we go be real and you want to cancel R. Kelly, fine. Go ahead and cancel R. Kelly. But you cancel everything R. Kelly did.
I was about to say R. Kelly.
That means you have to take out every song he wrote. Produced,
I'm about to say R. Kelly.
So that means you gotta take the whole 90s R&B. Just throw it away.
Yeah, R. Kelly's pen was lethal.
Yeah,
and I think that's the thing a lot of people don't understand. So I agree with the statement that you have to separate the man from the art, because at the end of the day, his
I was jamming really early today in the parking lot.
That's his calling. And what makes R. Kelly so talented is that he was beyond the singing and writing. He also didn't he compose and produce too? Like he was all around musician.
So I don't know anything that he touched, wipe it clean if you really want to cancel him. So
did he also play? Yeah, so he played music.
Yeah.
He produced, he wrote, and he sang. He was a triple threat.
Yeah.
He's a triple threat. You can't take that away from him. So yeah, you're right. If we're gonna cancel R. Kelly, that means you canceling a lot of music from like Aaliyah. You canceling a lot of music from Changing Faces. You canceling a lot of music from
bro, he wrote songs for Michael Jackson.
JS, Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, Isley Brothers, Charlie Wilson. Like there's so many different people that R. Kelly. Yeah, R. Kelly was one of those few that was like a beast in the 90s. I would say him, Babyface, and Teddy Riley.
Yeah,
those three dudes right there, they had
in Full Force.
I'll give it.
They wrote for everybody, bro.
Full Force, because Full Force was jumping genres, but
they they still wrote for everybody.
They did. But R. Kelly jumped genres too, and I think that's what makes him so talented, because
didn't he do a Shakira song?
He might have. I don't know. I wouldn't put it past him.
I think he wrote Umbrella for Rihanna.
No, I don't think he wrote Umbrella.
Was that Neo?
I think Neo wrote
not
Umbrella.
Neo. Not Neo. That boy, The Dream.
Was it The Dream?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Which I think he gets a lot of influence from R. Kelly.
Because
yeah, I'm saying like his sounds a lot like R. Kelly, but yeah, like that dude was a beast, and that was the cool thing about it, because like you could kind of see even when you listen to the music that he did touch, like for instance, like I like Changing Faces' first album, Changing Faces, that came out like in '94. They got a what was the popular song on there? Stroke You Up.
Yeah,
Stroke You Up. I can listen to that song and literally hear R. Kelly singing that song.
You can hear him in the back.
No. I'm not saying like hear him in the back.
Yeah, I know. It's like if he was singing it.
Because the way that they sang it, the way that the song was executed, it was like R. Kelly could just jump in and sing that song because it sounds like his music.
Right.
That's the same thing with like Toni Braxton. Toni Braxton, she's nothing but a female version of Babyface to me. Like 100%, especially like around that Boomerang era.
Okay, so this is one thing I wanted to talk about or whatever. I didn't know if it was going to get to it at some point, but it was just going to come up about soundtracks. The best soundtracks came out in the 90s. And Boomerang has one of the dopest soundtracks, and Above the Rim and Waiting to Exhale. Those are like some of the dopest soundtracks ever. I'm sorry, what you call it?
So you got Boomerang. You got Boomerang.
Yeah.
You got Above the Rim. You have Waiting to Exhale. You have
Dead President.
Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood.
You have Dead Presidents. There was a couple of other ones. I think Love Jones had a pretty good soundtrack,
it was solid.
I don't think I don't think it stood out as strong as like to me, the best soundtrack of the entire 90s to me was probably like Boomer. Oh shit. House Party 1 and 2 had like
jams.
Some of the most fire soundtracks I've ever heard.
Just those two though. We can cancel the rest of them.
Well, yeah, because the movies don't even get that good after.
That's what I'm saying. We're gonna cancel the movies. They don't even exist.
I think my favorites. See, it's hard. You know why it's hard? Because the same dude touched both of these soundtracks, and that was Waiting to Exhale and Boomerang.
Yeah,
Kenny, Babyface touched both of those soundtracks, but it was something about that Boomerang.
That was pretty dope too.
Me and Adrian had that conversation about The Preacher's Wife, and I never jammed The Preacher's Wife like that. So I guess I have to go back and listen to it. So. Yeah. But Boomerang probably is like my all-time, and that's I'm being biased because it's also my favorite movie of all time. But the soundtrack,
what mood you in for the soundtrack, because it's hella mellow.
It is mad mellow, but like it's something about when you listen to it, it brings back all of the feelings of the 90s that we used to have back in the day. Like everything from the Tony Braxton songs to the Grace Jones, when Tribe jumped on that joint and did High Sex on the Platter.
Yeah.
Aaron Hall was on that joint. Johnny Gill.
He don't get enough credit, man. That dude used to sing, bro.
Who, Aaron Hall?
Yeah.
Because he came from Guy. He fucked with Teddy Riley. Like,
man, that dude used to sing, bro.
Yeah. People don't really talk about Guy like that. And I think that's the crazy part about it, which Guy, of course, came from the Uptown era, which to me was the greatest era in R&B music because that was the whole New Jack Swing era when you was dealing with like Jodeci. You know, you had Mary J. Blige, Al B. Sure, Heavy D and the Boys.
And it was cool. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody was
just cool, man.
Man, it was just something about that sound that was just magical. And that was like, well, and you know what I like about it? Because I watched the Uptown documentary on, was it VH1 or BET Soul or one of them channels?
Mm-hmm.
And you really kind of learn where Puff gets a lot of his tutelage from. Because you know how he rock around with the big head, like he's very confident or whatever you want to call it. You don't really get to see him play the small guy until you start seeing Andre Harrell start talking.
Right. And like you see where he came from.
You see where he came from. But that was kind of dope how he was able to take that same energy from Uptown and kind of spin it into the early days of Bad Boy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because even then, like when Mary, although Mary was not Bad Boy, you can kind of see like that sort of like correlation there.
Would you consider Bad Boy more hip hop and rap or R&B?
I would probably make it more of a hip hop label, but I mean, just
most of his success came from R&B. The groups, everybody.
Okay, so he had what? He had 112. He had Faith Evans. He had Carl Thomas. Who else did he have?
I mean, I know Mary wasn't there, but Mary, he had a big part of her career.
Well, but that was when he was working with at Uptown. So that's where the relationship was there. So they just kind of correlated a lot. But I would consider him to be more of a hip hop thing. But the R&B, total. But the R&B that came out of there was just fire, especially in the earlier days, like that first Faith Evans album.
As soon as I get home, bro, I still jam that shit.
That entire album goes hard.
Yeah.
That entire album, but I can light one up and
I can't light one up, but you know.
Oh, I can light one up. I can light one up and go into a straight vibe on that joint. Yeah. That one is good. That is a good album. But yeah, just like all of that little energy.
Yeah,
it was just something dope about that. Even just like watching the music videos, where you saw the Uptown stuff and the Bad Boy videos, and where they would just make cameos with each other. Like one of the dopest videos that had like the best cameos was probably Biggie's One More Chance remix.
Everybody was in there.
Everybody was in that joint, and the beat was fire, and the flow was good. And, the lyrical content was dope. It was smooth, it was player. Like, it was just something about that was just like dope. And so like, and it was cool because when you would see these people, like, you would just feel something.
Just for them showing up.
Just showing up, you would just feel something. And
so, I think about that whenever I listen to like Flavor in Your Ear remix.
That's like one of the Flavor in Your Ear remix. If you want to talk about collaborative, one of the best hip hop collaborations.
But it's that one and Brandy's song.
I Want to Be Down, but that's not hip hop. That's R&B. But it was fire.
But the team that they put out there and everybody jumping on there, those two songs are some of the ones I'm like, man, you got to jam these every time.
And that's another thing. A lot of people don't do that no more.
Nah.
Like there is no not so much collaboration. Like you'll see, like the last song that I heard where a collaboration went that strong was One Train by A$AP Rocky. I think we listened to it one night when we was at your house.
Yeah,
we were sitting out there all on them.
Yeah, it was cool, but it's still that's not.
It didn't feel like how a Flavor in Your Ear because when Flavor in Your Ear came out, it was like everybody was like trying to outdo each other. Now I will make a what's the word I'm looking for? What's the C word? When I have to make a confession about that song.
Okay. Yeah, confession. Usher. Go ahead.
I do have a confession about that song. I still to this day do not know what the hell LL Cool J is saying in that song.
I don't think he knows.
Move, Sakura, get out the way. I would like to think that I'm relatively good at deciphering lyrics and listening to hip hop, but Rampage, I didn't too much care for his verse either, but like I could kind of make sense of what he was saying.
But it was just cool to have him there.
It was just cool to have him there. That was like, I don't know, Bus or somebody trying to put him on. But LL's verse was just, I couldn't get with it. I couldn't get with it. But yeah, they definitely closed it out with the right guy for sure, 100%. Busta Rhymes. But that was at a time where Busta Rhymes was just closing songs, period.
He was killing everybody's track
because he was so dope. Like, have you ever heard it's this one song, I think it's kind of obscure, but it was a Boyz II Men song called Vibin'.
Yes.
But it was a remix with Tretch, Craig Mack, Busta Rhymes, and Method Man.
Yes.
Oh, you know what? Busta Rhymes didn't close that. Method Man closed that one.
He still killed it.
But Busta Rhymes still killed it.
Yeah, he still killed it.
Yeah, so but even like videos like that, like you would just the energy was good. What was another song that was kind of like that?
Well, music videos in general are just not a cool thing anymore.
Nah.
We don't even have 106 in Park and all of that stuff, man. There's no more of that.
Well, I think that's just because production values have gotten much lower. Thanks to the internet, I guess, because anybody can go and make a music video now. But the production has gotten much lower. So with the record labels losing money because everybody's promoting their own music, they're working mainly as basically distributors at this point. Yeah. So they're not really producing anybody. They don't really have the budgets to put together like the expensive videos like they used to do back in the day. And I think that was what was so great about the videos then. It was that they had the production quality, like the Hype Williams era. Oh my God. Those videos were just
movies.
Like one of the best Hype Williams videos, in my opinion, is probably DMX. How's It Going Down?
Dope. Very dope.
The cinematography on that video, the storytelling was real dope. Of course, the song, I mean, all that was good, but visually, you could really kind of feel the story in that video. It was real cool. But they just don't do it like that.
But I mean, honestly, they could have done the beginning of Belly as a music video. Just the beginning.
That's all.
A music video.
To me, that's what I always said. That Belly was just an hour and a half long music video, or however long it is.
Yeah, but don't watch the second.
I saw it. As a matter of fact, I watched it with y'all.
I know.
It was trash. It was trash. I'm sorry. Look, Game, I love your music. And you know what? I'm not even mad at you because all you did was you got hired to act. So I'm not mad at
nothing
you.
the whole movie.
But the movie was just not, it was horrible.
They played music. They shot a couple of people. He had a sex scene. They shot some more people and played music. That was the entire movie.
That was pretty much it. But I mean, that's how it is, especially like with some of the more lower budget movies. You know, you can get a hit on your hands, and then you want to try to reproduce that over and over again. Me and Adrian was actually talking about this with Friday the other day. We watched the first Friday.
Yeah.
And you know, Ice Cube wrote that movie, and you know, he probably had high hopes for the movie, but he didn't know what he had on his hands when he was producing it. And then the movie became a classic. You know, we could consider it a hood classic, but at the end of the day, at this point, everybody knows what Friday is.
And they love it.
They loved it. And the sequels were funny too, but they just didn't have that magic that the first one had. Because the second one, I enjoyed Next Friday. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Mike Epps was as funny as, say, like a Chris Tucker was in his role.
Right.
Which they weren't, you know, not to compare it to, but like you can kind of see him playing the sidekick or whatever. He was funny, but like he didn't have us laughing.
It felt like
he
was trying too hard.
Yeah, he didn't have us laughing like how Chris Tucker had us laughing in the first movie.
Because we all know a Smokey. We all know a Smokey.
Right,
like
right.
Everybody in the hood, well, you know a Smokey.
Right. And that was the thing about it. There was a although it was rooted in jest or whatever, it still had like that feeling.
Yeah.
Of like, I can relate to this. Like, I know what it's like to feel this way on a Friday at home when you ain't got nothing going on, you hanging out with your friends, you know,
right.
Things happen in the hood because and that was what was, I think that was the beauty of the movie was that it was basically to show you like all the hood doesn't always have to be portrayed in a negative light.
Right.
Yeah, shit happens, you know what I'm saying? But that can happen literally anywhere. But the hood is just like any other neighborhood. You're still playing, you're still laughing, kids outside, doing whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I think that's what he was going for, just putting the comical twist on it. But there was just a little sense of authenticity in that movie that I think a lot of people related to in the first Friday. And of course, after they realized what they had on their hands,
they had to do another one.
They tried to replicate it, and it just didn't hit as hard. I mean, it made its money.
Oh yeah,
they made their money, but like you can just kind of feel like the quality and the value of it just kind of decrease as they made more movies.
Yeah, because the way they had Debo in there and Sticky Fingers, that was just like they made them too comical to where they were cartoonish and
that's
not
the
realistic.
Thing, right? Yeah,
Debo in the first movie,
he was a bully.
You were scared to death.
You were scared of him.
Yeah, no matter what. Every time the music came on, you knew Debo was coming.
The Jaws music.
Yeah. the squeaking tire on the bike.
Right.
You knew it was Debo.
But that was the thing. Everybody knew that there was a bully.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And even like Big Worm's character, he was, now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, he wasn't even a funny character.
Nah, he had some mean, bro.
He had some quotables that were people laughed at, but he wasn't really a funny guy.
Kids like shit.
He was a drug dude. He was a dope man. Like, and every hood has his dope man, and usually most dope men are gonna be about their money. Give me my money. He was threatening to kill these dudes.
Yeah.
So, but again, that was something we all could relate to growing up in those types of neighborhoods coming up.
Yeah.
So, that was, you can't really replicate first movies, and I don't know, it's always like that especially when it comes to trilogies. You know what I mean? It's always hard,
it's hard to have a good trilogy, man.
It's hard to have a good trilogy. Now, in most orders, it's usually like the first one's really good. The second one is usually dope as hell. No.
They be trash.
I take that back. I take that back. Second movies can be pivotal. Because some second movies can be really, really good. Like I would say Spider-Man 2. Like Spider-Man 2 was really good. I thought, you know what? That movie has aged very well. That movie came out ahead of its time. The CGI was really good. The storytelling was really good. And I don't know, Adrian laughs at me all the time because every time I'm flipping channels and that movie happens to come on, it's like I just have to stop and watch it.
Why not though? That's the whole thing, man. It's exactly what we're going through now.
Man, you ain't never lying. Even being on this podcast is like, no, you're so right. All right, so let me tell you, I did a photo shoot at U of H last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So I was sitting there waiting on my client to show up. Why are there like robots running around the school that U of H developed? And you know what they do? It's basically like DoorDash, except that they put the food in the robot and the robot actually delivers it to you. Like it knows exactly where to go.
What do they look like?
They don't look like people or nothing. They just, it's basically like a little square. It almost like an R2D2, but it's like square.
It's like a mailbox from the post office with wheels.
You know what I was? That's a really funny vision in my head. But I would think of it kind of like a cooler, but a hot cooler.
Yeah.
On wheels.
Yeah.
But it's got like little lights and all this other stuff on it, and it has like a flag, and it just comes to you, open it up, and like you have to punch in a code so nobody can open it. It's like a code for you. You punch it in, and it opens up, you take your food, and it stays hot and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's dope.
And but that shit also scary.
True.
Because I mean, I'm sitting here thinking about it. We talking about metaverses now. You know what I mean,
bro? The metaverse is something ridiculous. Like, I still don't understand what an NFT is.
Okay, so I kind of started getting into NFT.
Okay.
So NFT is basically a non-fungible token, which means that you can create like a digital piece of art,
right?
And you put it on a market.
Mm-hmm.
But in order for it to go on the market, you have to sell it for cryptocurrency. So, say for instance, if I took a screenshot of this screen we have right here,
put it in the metaverse.
If I put it into, it's not so much in the metaverse, but it goes in the marketplace. It's more of a cryptocurrency thing. What I can do is say, all right, well, I can put up either 20 copies of this, and then 20 people can buy it for this amount of money, but it'll be at a lower price. Or I can make it a rare item and only post one copy of this, and it's going to be available for this much. So what you can do is you can either set it up for one price, or you can have people bid on it. And if it's something that people really like, they'll probably more than likely bid on it, but they'll bid on it in cryptocurrency. But remember, one Bitcoin is like 20, 30 something thousands of dollars.
I think it's at 60 something right now.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, so much of a Bitcoin, say for instance, or Ethereum or whatever it is that they're using to do the crypto, in that if they're bidding on it, however much crypto it is, you can translate back into your money and become a millionaire off of it. People are doing it, and it's like off of simple little pieces of art.
But that's the whole thing. This piece of art that you sold, is it a physical piece of art or digital?
It's digital, but you can add perks to it. So say for instance, if I sell a digital piece of art and say it's rare, I can say, okay, well, you get this digital piece of art, because at the end of the day, what it's really about is ownership.
Yeah.
So that nobody else can own it. Like if I create this piece of art, I'm going to sell it directly to you. Now you own it.
Yeah.
So that's where the value comes into it. And it does work for a lot of artists, but like you can add perks to it. So say for instance, if I had a painting and I took a picture of it and I said, okay, well, I'm going to sell you this digital copy of it and it's going to cost this much. But if you decide to buy it, I'll also ship you the actual piece of art. And now it's yours. It's no longer mine.
Yeah.
And so now you have the value. And what's really cool about it is even when you sell it, you can set it up on your market to where, okay, if it gets resold, I get so much royalty off of it. 5%, 10%. So it's a lucrative thing. I do feel like it is a bit of a fad, but it's like a good time to kind of jump on it now while it's hot, because I do feel like it'll be a passing thing.
The thing is, it just depends on who wants it the most.
Yeah, and it's crazy because not only does it create art, but it's also creating communities and cultures. You know what I mean? So, like, say for instance, like I don't know if you've been seeing any NFTs. They have the one that's called like the Bored Ape. So they like the pictures. It's a picture of an ape. but he looked like he's wearing different clothes. So, you know, he'll have a hat on or this, that, and the other. You can post it on Instagram and say you can go buy it at this link or whatever. And you'll say, okay, well, I have 20 copies of this, but I have this one copy that's rare because he only has like this pair of earrings or something. Right. That's how I decided to design it. So he's going to be a rare item. His value is going to shoot way up. So, you know, it's one of those things where it's just like anything else. You kind of have to grind it out and really get your name out there. But you'd be surprised what people are out there buying.
Yeah, no, because when I was looking up the metaverse, you can get a job inside the metaverse.
Yeah, and that was what I was trying to get to earlier. I saw an ad on Instagram, and it was an ad where it was like saying that you can meet people without even having to leave your house, and it made me think about that episode of Black Mirror with the video game. Yeah. Like they were really meeting and shaking hands, and like they can really communicate, and I guess touch or whatever it is.
It's like playing Roy off of Rick and Morty.
Yeah, they're trying to create this world that can exist virtually where we would never have to leave our homes, and that really scares the hell out of me, to be honest with you, because I'm just like,
have certain people who go get so invested into it to where they never leave their house.
It's not even that. I just feel like
translation on reality.
Well, but that's the thing. It's just like at some point it's gonna force us into these different things. I mean, think about it.
You can have a baby in the metaverse with somebody.
Well, but think about it like this, like money. All right. First you had cash. It was money. Then people started going to the credit cards. All right. Then after credit cards, they started doing the keychain. Yeah. Then after the keychain, you started going to your PayPals and Cash Apps, and now they're going into cryptocurrency, and now you're able to tap your card. So it's like, how often do you keep cash in your pocket?
Almost never now.
My point exactly. Yeah. And I think it's going to get to a point where debit cards are going to become old because, like, okay, so with my job, which I still need to get my direct deposit fixed on because they still never send me direct deposit. They send me like this little stupid card. Yeah. It's a pay card. It don't even have a chip on it. So it's made to swipe. Let me tell you, I went to Mod Pizza the other day and I paid with my card and I had to swipe it. And I'm going to tell you how crazy it is. I forgot how to swipe my card. That's how crazy it is.
Trying to stick it in the thing?
No, because I knew I didn't have a chip, but I was like, where's the slider? Like, I couldn't figure out the slider. I couldn't figure, like, that's how crazy it is. But, like, that's how much the world changes and you don't realize it.
Yeah, because the credit union I use, they just sent us a letter. I just got a new card not too long ago, but they about to send us a new one to what you talking about the tap thing. You just tap it and you can pay for everything. So that's gonna be the next thing. So you don't have to stand in line and wait on people to you just tap it and you go about it.
I mean, it's just like what the smartphone has done. Like, I was doing something one day where I had to fill out a form and it was a paper form. Yeah. And I tried to fill it out and I damn near forgot how to write because I'm so used to typing and tapping. Yeah. It's not so much that it's not good. It's just that it's just like anything.
No, you just ain't done it in a while.
If you're out of practice, you lose the skill.
Man, that's crazy because like they don't even teach kids cursive and shit no more.
They don't teach them cursive.
That's not they wouldn't know how to sign a check or anything like that because they don't write cursive.
Checks are literally non-existent at this point. Like
I still order some just for nostalgia. That's it.
I can't even remember how to write a check anymore, and I used to know how to do it flawlessly. I don't even remember how to do it. So like that's just how crazy it is. But that even goes into like communication. I have a crackpot theory, which I think is going to be true one day, is that we're not going to even be able to talk anymore. Like we're not going to even know how to talk no more because, of course, before cell phones came out, we had real social interaction. So like if I wanted to talk to you, I would either pick up the phone and talk to you, or I'd come to your house and we would physically communicate. But then texting came out. Now you're texting. You don't even have to call nobody no more. Then came social media. Yeah. So now you're talking through that. And people, I don't know, social media and not necessarily being in front of somebody gives people this sort of false sense of confidence that allows you to have a comfortable conversation with somebody. And, you talk that way. But then I started thinking about it. Now they came out with emojis. Like people can have full on conversations
with just emojis.
You know what I'm saying? So like now when you're doing that, now you're gonna lose the ability to learn how to spell, write sentences, and so on and so forth. I'm telling you, after a while, it's just gonna be an emoji thing, and we ain't gonna be talking no more. Everything's just gonna be done.
My kids make me feel old as shit sometimes because they'll text me some stuff and they abbreviate everything. And so they'll just put these letters out, and I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? And they be like, oh, you don't know what that is? Talk to you later. Dude. Like you know what I'm saying? They're like, that's TTL shit. It's like, why does just tell me what you're saying? TTL. No.
Come here, hero. He too quiet. But yeah, no, that's crazy that you say that, because usually when I start seeing like those little acronyms or whatever you want to call it, like I'm the dude that goes to Google to be like, okay, well, what the hell does this mean? So I can kind of understand what you said, because I would hate to just be like, well, what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? But
I'll do it. I'm like,
sometimes I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I don't understand that. Can you please write it out in a full sentence? But I'm like the guy who really don't even, like, I don't use the letter U to say you. Like, I do
everything. I still use punctuation.
Yeah, me too. Like, I still spell out YOU.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, it's just weird how technology is taking over the world like this, man. But
it's crazy that these kids, it's like some stuff, it's like, how does that even make sense? They'll put something in there and I'm like, what are you talking about? They'll be like, duh, Dad, it says going to the store. What do you need? Like, no, you just put all these letters in here. How would I know that?
But you know what? We're sitting here talking about that, but I ain't gonna lie. I do be seeing like on social media sometimes, and they'll put like a bunch of letters, and they'll be like, Black people understand what it means. And 9 times out of 10,
I'll be like, yeah, I get it.
I get it. like I think it was one that say like, boy, you look just like your goddamn daddy, but it was like, you know, just the first letter everywhere. Like, isn't that crazy? Like how collectively as a culture, like the brain works that way.
It is weird because some of the stuff that we say and we do in the slang, it's like, where did all of this come from, and how did we all just pick up on it from everywhere?
I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a way you could probably look it up and find out, but it is kind of interesting to know, like it's just like those and I mean, I'm pretty sure every culture has it.
Yeah.
But there's always those unspoken languages, and it's like a secret club in a sense.
Right, but how did it just get to only us and we all figured it out from every coast? Like, if you saw somebody's shoes, you could be like, ooh, them hoes nasty. Why would you use that phrase to say somebody's shoes is nasty? But everybody be like, yeah, they are.
Yeah, right.
Like, no. You know, that's a weird thing that we all picked up on it.
What gets me is when I be like around other people, like white people or whatever. And like, cause I try to professional it up a little bit, right. But I still got my little street vernacular or whatever, and I'll be talking and have a conversation. I'll be forgetting who I'm talking to, and I'll be like, word, and I'll be like, huh?
yeah, they have no clue.
And I have to always try to translate, like, oh, like for real, like I'll say like for real, you know, that means for real, you know, and it just be so funny because they really don't be getting it, which is so weird to me, because as a culture, I know that we're like some of the biggest trendsetters in the world. You know, a lot of things that we do, a lot of people pick up on. So I would imagine like they would have figured that out by now.
No, because they only catch on to stuff that they think is cool, and then they do it, but then that's it. Like, that's it. So if it's a new dance or something, they'll learn that dance, and then that's it. Yeah. They don't care what it's called, this and that or whatever, where it came. They don't care. So some words that we use, because we use one word for 19 different things, and they wouldn't understand none of it. So it's just not a thing that they care to look into. We all just know it. And it's like
you just instantly already know it. Hero, what are you doing? He is doing. I'm hearing sounds I don't like to hear.
Throw Spider-Man at him.
There you go. Huh?
Throw Spider-Man at him.
Nah, I can't.
You're like, no, you can't do that.
That's the Spider-Man that was on my wedding cake.
Word, that's dope.
Yeah. I've been having him for a while now.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's crazy how we can all think like it's almost like a sort of hive mind just within that culture, you know. I think that's actually kind of dope in a sense.
It is, especially whenever you go somewhere, unfamiliar place, whatever. You may have 98% white, have a couple of Hispanics in there, and then you see that one black dude in there, and we walk across the room, just look and be like, like you just get it, be like, damn,
and we know what it means.
Yeah,
that's the crazy part.
Bro. And then when you walk up to them, it ain't no, they be like, bro, I'm glad you're here, man. Like I thought I was gonna be me.
Man, it always goes like, man, thank you. Yeah. I thought I was the only one.
Yeah.
It makes me think about. I think Key Appeal made a sketch about it, but it made me think about the Obama video where he was in the locker room and he was shaking all the coaches' hands, and then he gets to Kevin Durant. He like give him like the homie handshake. You know what I'm saying? At first it was like the stiff executive handshake, and then it was the one we come way back with it.
He came in strong.
Have you ever seen the Key and Peele one?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that is so funny because he's just like
ridiculous, but it's
he was
true,
like,
though.
It is so true. It's so true. Like, because even I catch myself doing it. Like, if I meet like a white person for the first time, here you go, buddy. You know, but for some odd reason, every time I come across, even like I remember even Adrian's preacher at her church. The first time I shook my hand, I was thinking he was gonna give me the the regular.
No, he pull you in.
He gave me the bring it in, you know what I'm saying?
But see, because it worked so weird. So we do it all the time, and it just comes natural.
It's natural, right?
But it's one thing that aggravates me the most is when white dudes, they go to everybody and give them the executive. And then when they see a black dude, they be like, "Oh, what's up, homie G dog?" and all this. It's like, bro, don't do that. Just shake my hand. Just like, what are you doing, man? You look stupid.
Keep the same energy,
right? So it just don't work the same, and it's weird as hell. But it bothers me when they do it. Yeah, but we do it all the time, and it's like we don't even realize it's happening.
Right. So yeah, that's a tough. It's like you feel like you probably shouldn't be bothered by it, but for some odd reason, it just does.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna say his name or who the person is, but yeah, I see him all the time. White dude, he's real cool, whatever. You know what I'm saying? He do his job. That's it.
Yeah.
But whenever something serious happens and I have to have a conversation with him, when we done, he makes it weird. He'll shake my hand and then pull me in and be like, "We cool, brother? You cool, my brother?" And I'll be like, "Man, you don't get the fuck away from me, bro. Like, that's not cool. We cool, my brother?" All right. I'm like, "No, what are you doing, man? It's not cool." Because he not even just like, he's super white, all the way white, dorky white.
Yeah, so like TV white.
Yes. For him to say it, it'd be like, I feel like you just called me nigga. Like, it's weird.
You said it in so many words.
Yeah, it's like, "We cool, my brother?" Like, come on, my brother, come on, man, get the hell out of here.
Oh God, that is so funny.
Yeah, man, it's weird, but we just have it like that or whatever. So
we do, but it is kind of funny. You was talking about that, and I was thinking about when we went to Jamaica that year, and we was getting ready to go do our excursion. We was waiting in line, and they had this one dude. He shook my hand and he talked with me for a little bit. Right. He was like, "Yo, what's going on, G?" Like, in the Jamaican voice, "G, homie, what's going on?" Blah blah blah. And he was like, "You want to stay and bite some stuff, man," and all this other stuff. And I was like, "Nah, man, my family leaving. I gotta go." I swear to God, this dude gave me like the black dude up and down. He stood back and he had this look on his face. And I swear, Keenan, he lost his accent and everything. He was like, "They can't leave you." And I was like, "My bad, fam." And I was like, I got real quiet. I turned around and I walked off. Yeah. But that was just funny because I forget that, there are more black people in the world,
right?
And so when you talk to people from like Jamaica and Africa, you can't just go based on the look. You got to remember they still come from different cultures, and all our cultures are not the same.
Yeah.
So when he did that, I just thought that was real funny because when he was talking to me at first, I was like, you sound kind of silly, bro. Like, you know, but
and he got super real with you.
He got like ignorant on me. He got real ignorant. He just they can't beat you. And just like I thought he was about to do something. I thought he was about to do something after a while. I was like, nah, let me go ahead and get up out of here.
Yeah. Because once the look comes, you gotta be on guard.
You gotta be on guard.
You gotta be on guard because you don't know what's supposed to happen.
But out there, your head gotta be on a swivel anyway, dude.
Yeah, man. I heard
people out there, they hustle so hard. We was on the bus leaving our excursion. Move, Sakura, move. We was on the bus leaving for our excursion, and people are like just trying to sell you stuff left and right. So we was on the bus, and I was looking. Traffic, it was like Houston traffic in that joint, like just back-to-back traffic.
Yeah.
But I was watching, and they had people in the middle of the street like selling stuff. And this one dude was literally making a transaction running on the side of the car. Like he was headed to get this money. The car was going. I was like, man, these dudes like really be hustling, man.
Hey, man, by any means necessary.
Man, but you know, I wish I had that level of grind in me, man. And I know I work my ass off.
You can't do it though out here, man. Somebody will shoot you, bro.
You get shot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't just walk up on people like that. But they're out there, you know what they make me think of? You remember Tony Rock's character on Everybody Hates Chris? He always had a hustle.
Yeah.
That's what I think about. It's like a million of them out there. Just, bro, I got this. And I'll braid your hair. I'll do this. Like they'll sell you. They trying to sell you any and everything.
Whatever they got, you can have.
Whatever they got. But like it was just so funny because you know people stereotype that on TV, like on In Living Color, where it was like
Hey Man.
Yeah. Where they all had like 12 jobs.
Yeah.
That's
because what they clowned the one that only had like 8 jobs.
No, he only had one job.
Oh yeah, one job.
He only had one job. There's like one job. But like after going out there, I'm like, these motherfuckers really be working like that. Yeah. Like it's really like that. Man, but talk about one of the most beautiful places that you will ever see in your life. To say that it's such a, you know, a lot of people look at it as a poor country.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful to look at, man. I definitely gotta make my way back over there. These dogs, I'm about to kill them. Get move out the way.
Hey, man,
but
man.
I know, right? But anyway, in other news,
but we went all over the place. We didn't really get
to
the whole point of RP, man. Jesse Powell, man. Like they're just kind of
went way off topic.
So I mean, I know you say you hated that one song, but at the end of the day, he made one of the greatest wedding songs of all time.
Yeah, it's I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say that it's not a classic. It is, but that's also when I say that I don't like it, that also might just be the contrarian in me, you know, just kind of seeing people kind of follow something, and I'm just kind of like,
I'm gonna go.
I gotta be the dude, like
I'm gonna go there.
That's some bullshit, yo. Like that's what it is. But really and truly, I just wasn't a big fan of it. But at the end of the day, the man lost his life at a relatively young age. I think he was like 51.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? So that does suck. I definitely hate to hear it.
And that's what I was saying about it. Like when you get to a certain point, you look at 55 and be like, that's young.
50 is young.
You know what I'm saying?
50 is not old at all. Like it's very young. You know, you still got your wit. You still have your you know, you may not be able to run around the block 12 times, but you can still probably run it about 4. You know what I'm saying?
Walk about 2.
And walk a couple. You still got your energy, you know, if you treat your body right and all that. So yeah, I guess that goes back to the earlier point we were talking about age. You know, there's no need to deny it. It is what it is. Like when my hair started turning gray, I was like, oh, okay, I could rock with it because
I can't wait till I get full on salt and pepper, bro. I'm trying to be 100% salt and pepper.
I thought I was gonna go 100%.
I got my patches, but I need salt. I want that shake in there, man.
I thought I was gonna go 100% great, but I think I'm gonna just be a good salt and pepper myself. So and it's cool, and I think I personally like because I know I don't have an old face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But so see, it's cool sometimes when it's like all the way. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
It just fits. It's like, okay, cool. I'm grown out here. I'm established. I got some wisdom. I'm kicking you some game, bro.
It's like a level of like distinguished.
Yeah,
I don't know the word distinguished. Yeah. I don't know what the word is for it, but like you have that sort of distinguished look about you.
Yeah,
you know when you have that gray going on. So I don't care. I honest and I think it's attractive. I think it's very attractive on women. Like
a gray-haired woman.
Yeah. You know, I don't see why people are afraid of people be asking all the time.
Hey, you know, I like cougars, man, so I'm good.
But like people will look and say, man, how old are you? And I'll tell them how old I am, and they'll be like, so you don't like they'll look at the hair and be like, is it real? I'm like, yeah, it's real. And they'd be like, why you ain't dying that? Why you ain't dying that? And I'm like, because I don't want to, but
it's gonna look stupid.
It was real funny. One day I went to a photo shoot. I was at a hotel on this rooftop, and this one guy, he saw it because you can like when you look at it, you only see just the ends of it. That's gray. And this one dude was like, dude, is that really your hair? Like, is your hair really gray like that? And I was like, yeah. He was like, okay, man, that's dope. Because I really was about to clown you because I thought you was frosting he was like, because I thought you was trying to be funny by frosting your tips. I was like, nah, fam, that's
at least he came and asked first. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I couldn't even get mad at him because he was honest. Yeah. I respected him.
You had to. It's like I was about to get on your ass.
No, let me tell you. I was in Walmart one day. Adrian can vouch for this story. It was an old dude and his wife was in there. It's an old black couple. I ain't gonna say old. He probably been in his he was probably like in his early 60s.
Yeah.
But he looked at me. He saw my afro. He wasn't so much worried about the gray. He just saw my afro.
Right.
And he walked up to me because he kept staring.
Yeah.
He was like, "Say, young brother, is that hair really? Is that really your hair?" And I was like, "Yeah." And his wife was like, "Yeah, it's real. Look at his hairline. You can tell it's really real." He was like, "I don't know, man, because I was gonna talk about you." Because he was saying, I know y'all. He was like, "I know y'all young kids out here putting that fake hair in y'all hair. Yeah. Y'all don't do like we used to do in the 70s. Like I have, we wore afros. There was real." I was like, man. "No, sir. This is all mine."
But it's crazy because nobody ever asked Cam that.
That's because Cam is young. Maybe it's because
though.
Yeah, he's young and it looks it's just natural. You could tell.
Yeah, but I mean it's so much.
Maybe it's the way it sits on my head.
Maybe
I don't know, but like people always ask. Like there were some kids the other day at one of the schools I was working at, and they were asking the other photographer, "Hey, is this hair really real?"
How many people have asked you to touch it? Yeah,
several people have asked me to touch it, and I always tell them no. But
that's because that's a weird.
Okay, it is a weird thing to ask, but I had one. It was really, really fucking creepy. So I was working at the last job I had before I went full time in photography.
Mm-hmm.
I went to lunch at Jack in the Box one day, and it was this Hispanic dude. I think he was gay, and so he was handing me my food. He kept like giving me like that Prince stare. You know how Prince looking at people.
Yeah.
And that was already making me feel kind of uncomfortable. But he was like, "Oh, I like your hair," and I was like, "Thanks, man."
Yeah.
You know, that whole thing. And he handed me my food like real slow, and I like grabbed my food, and he was like, "I almost want to touch it. It's real fluffy."
No, bro, you can't touch my hair.
I didn't even respond. You know what I did? I looked straight forward and I slowly drove off.
That slow creep.
It was the most uncomfortable thing ever.
It's just weird though for somebody even just think like,
yeah. And you know what was crazy? It didn't bother me because I guess he was like low key hitting or whatever. That shit don't bother me. I get it. It's 2022, whatever. I'm not offended by it. I'm gonna just be like, bro, I don't play like
that's
that.
not my type.
That's the wrong tree. But when you ask to touch my hair and then say some shit like it just looks so fluffy, bro, that's just weird. That's
as hell.
That is very stalker creepy like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's scary.
But yeah, I've had several people ask to touch it, and that's Black people, white people, Hispanic people, everybody. And the answer usually is going to be no. You know, so I don't let nobody play in it because I'd be like, well, shit, you gonna let me touch yours? You know, which I don't want to.
Right. It's just weird as hell, man.
Yeah, it's mad weird. But
so what you think about that trailer, man? That Street Fighter 6, man.
I think the trailer looks good, but I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Now, I don't mean like not getting the game. I'm not buying it. I'm not about to let them sell me.
Why?
Because the last
they showed you all the moves, man.
They show you all the moves, but all the last two Street Fighters, as much as I love Street Fighter, you know how much I love Street Fighter. I love it. I love Street Fighter. It's like a pastime. I find peace in that shit. Like I find true peace in playing Street Fighter, especially Street Fighter 2. But it's just Street Fighter just feels so silly to me. So like I see like what they're trying to promote, and I see like there's a sort of like fighting game community, hip hop, real street culture that they're trying to promote in this game. I just don't want it to. I don't want to get. I'm gonna get it, but I just feel like it's gonna
because I want to create my character.
Yeah, I feel like it's just gonna feel over the top like the last few games have felt. You know, the game. Don't get me wrong. I know the gameplay and all that's gonna be great, which is what the game is all about anyway. But I love to follow the storylines, and I just hate the storylines. Like I've been hating the storylines since Street Fighter 4.
Well, I don't think the storylines are going to be their main focus on this. When it's the whole thing about the character, and you can go through the streets and you can build this. And so that's what is going to be the main.
It's almost going to be like, but you know, Street Fighter didn't invent that concept. Mortal Kombat did.
Well, it's like 2K.
Mortal Kombat did that. Yeah. Remember the conquest mode?
Yeah.
That's all that really is. That's exactly what it is. You build your character up, you level them up. You probably gonna unlock your costumes and you know, all the stuff. You may have to unlock the moves, all that good stuff. Maybe you may even be able to unlock the real Street Fighter character costumes.
You can beat up a car in this one.
You know, so I mean, I think all of it looks good. Like, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, the trailer was fucking impressive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm definitely looking forward to it. I kind of already see the character that I'll probably be using most of the time, and it's gonna be the black girl. It's something she looked like a dope character. She's gonna be like a little Cammy knockoff.
Yeah.
But she has like the speed. She's gonna have like the ninja stuff like that. But they also bringing DJ back, and I could play the hell out of some DJ.
But then DJ is dope.
I used to DJ was my guy in Street Fighter 4.
I kind of don't like the way Blanca looks though.
I kind of hated the way Blanca been looking since Street Fighter 4.
I don't know what they trying to go with on this one. Like, what's their theme with him or whatever? It's weird.
But they've changed everybody up. I mean, even like Ken don't even look like Ken. Well, he looks more like Ken in this than he did in Street Fighter 5. But like he looks all beat down and ragged, which they were trying. The theory was, well, not the theory, but the rumor was that he was supposed to have gotten divorced from his wife,
and so he went broke.
And he went broke, but that's not what it is. Now they're saying that he got involved in some shady shit, and he has to kind of go into hiding. So he's away from the riches and all that other stuff. So I mean, I hope I'm of course hoping for the best, but I'm definitely expecting the worst.
I mean, I'm still getting it, but I really want to do the thing, creating the character. So I saw some, like in that trailer, you could see some of the mocks that they have, and they look pretty cool, man. I was like, I think that's dope. Now I don't know, can you play with that character, and how do you get the move sets? Is it going to be like how Dragon Ball Z did theirs, where you train with this person and you can take their moves and then you just mix and match? I don't know how.
I'm thinking that it's going to be more. I think it's going to have more of an RPG feel to it. So as you go through the game, you're probably going to start off as a low level character with very minimal moves. You know, you'll get a couple of special moves, but they're gonna be whack as hell. And then as you fight certain characters, you'll be able to like unlock unlock their moves.
Gotcha.
Or maybe you will store currency of some sort. Maybe it's gonna be money, some sort of money where you can just build up the points to buy the stuff. I honestly think that's probably going to route they're going to take because that's
because then you can just buy the cash and
or with the PlayStation Network or whatever network you're on, hell, you probably could just outright just buy it as downloadable content.
That's what I'm saying. So you could pay for the cash and then buy it outright.
Mm-hmm. And they'll probably run it like they did Street Fighter V, where you get a season whatever pass. So as they start unlocking characters, they'll probably also start unlocking certain content for that World Tour mode.
The costumes, the stages, the
music, I'm thinking that's probably right. I could be 100% wrong, but like that seems to make the most sense to me. I'm still I'm 100% gonna get it. Because I think it's also coming out on PS4. Honestly, don't look like I'm buying a PS5 anytime soon. So,
man, I'm hoping I get one like towards the end of the year. Mm-hmm. But then when I get it, I feel like I gotta buy a new TV.
I mean,
because it goes up to 8K, bro. I'm like, I need an 8K TV now.
What's 8K?
Better than 4K.
Oh, 8K.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying 8, like the letter A.
No, 8.
8K. Okay. Well, yeah. Well, yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
Based on a lot of stuff I've seen from PS5, though, I think that's really all it is, just PS4, just in 4K or a higher resolution. I don't know. I hadn't really seen enough of the PS5 to really make any calls there, but like I saw some of the Spider-Man Miles Morales. I mean, don't get me. It looks amazing. It looks great, huh?
That game trash, man.
You played it?
I got it.
Is it on PS4?
Yeah, you can get it.
Well, I've been missing out.
What?
Well,
so
maybe not.
So it's basically, it should have just been a DLC. It should have just been a DLC because all it is an extension of the Spider-Man game.
So it's not long or anything. It's not like
it's not long at all. And the best thing they did was you didn't have to pay $60 for it. It was $30 because it's not long. You only get it's basically you could beat the game in 10 hours.
Okay, so yeah, it's a standalone. Add-on.
Basically. It should have been, but they
marketed it as a standalone
whole new game, but it should have just been a DLC.
Oh well, but I still hadn't played any others, and it's, it's crazy about that. I haven't played any of the other stuff outside of Spider-Man, but I still got a platinum trophy on it.
Bruh, I screwed myself. How? I was at 98% to get the 100% on Spider-Man to get the platinum trophy. And then once I beat it, I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna go back and do all these little side missions, get my 100%. Once I got 100%, I had bought the DLCs. So even though I'm at 100%, it don't count because now I got to do all of these.
Oh, so maybe I don't need to get the DLC then.
No. If you already got a platinum, you good. But if you get the DLCs, then you just do.
Oh, you.
I got
yourself. Okay, I see what you're saying. You stumped yourself.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay. Yeah. Oh well, it is what it is. So I have to. That we talked about Hero out there barking at. Hero, get over here. God, they get on my nerves. I wish Adrian was here so I could close this door. She could watch him. What was I about to say? Rick and Morty. Yeah. So remember I was telling you about the Adult Swim app?
Right. I watched the first 2 episodes.
I couldn't watch the second episode unless they unlocked it. But it was locked when I tried to watch it the other day on the Adult Swim app.
Were you trying to watch it early or something?
I think I tried to watch it the day it came out, but maybe
you probably have to wait.
Okay, so I'll try to watch it tonight then.
Yeah.
But so what'd you think about that first episode?
It was strange, man. Like, we get it, they from different dimensions and whatnot. And it was just something to bring us back into it. it really doesn't give us any information on evil Morty and all this other stuff. So I don't know what exactly is gonna happen. Yeah. Well, but now that we know that they're all from different dimensions, then you can kind of understand where they all coming from. So
I think what it's doing at this point is it's really kind of showing you a totally different dynamic. It's almost like a restart for the whole family because Rick is
a new family,
right? Because Rick is Rick. Morty came from C-137, and Summer. Well, shit, where did Summer come from?
Now that I don't know because when they were disappearing, she didn't.
Summer and Beth didn't. So Summer and Beth are from the same reality, but Beth, no, they're not. Summer and real Beth are from the same reality, the Galaxy Beth.
Yeah.
But the other, well, you could kind of look at it both ways because we really don't know. But apparently the regular Beth is supposed to be clone Beth.
Right.
So, but they're the only two that's from the same reality. Technically, they're all from the same reality, except that clone Beth was just a clone.
Right.
And then Jerry got swapped from that was the answer. They gave us that answer in that episode. Yes. Remember, they showed him and we didn't know. They just made it seem like he was going to be really him, and it really wasn't him. So I think that's pretty cool. I mean, it adds a different dynamic, but again, I feel like it
But supposedly the other Rick is supposed to be the Rick, the one with the short hair.
The short hair is yes. He's no. Okay, so
that's the one he's looking for.
Yes. He is the Rick, but the Rick that we see is the one, his daughter Beth is dead.
Right.
Yes, that's where he came from, which they showed us that when he was trying to break out of prison in season 3 or whatever. So I don't know. I think it's gonna be an interesting dynamic. But as far as Evil Morty goes, we really don't see nothing about Evil Morty till usually towards the end of the season.
Right.
So
did you watch Cobra Kai?
I'm not finished, but I'm pretty close to it. Like I watched it up to the point to where they were trying to qualify for the tournament. So
you got like two more episodes.
Right. So I'll probably finish it probably tonight or sometime this weekend.
Just watch it. It'll go by pretty fast. But man, it just gets crazier and crazier, man. These fights are just ridiculous.
Yeah, they are. But to say that Terry Silver is supposed to be a feared badass, all them senseis are shit. Yeah. They whack. The only one that go hard is the chick. And I ain't even seen her fight yet.
Yeah. You go see her fight.
But when I saw I was like, oh, they got a black dude over here, but he about to be
this motherfucker
stayed. Huh?
He's in the UFC.
Well, he stayed getting his ass kicked in the damn show.
Yeah.
Like they all was getting their asses kicked. And I'm like, y'all Cobra Kai, like, can't y'all put up a little bit more of a fight? But then again, they was fighting against Chosen. And Chosen knows
you finish the season and then we'll discuss.
He know the real shit. So, but I mean, I'm enjoying it. Like I like it. It kind of hurts me to see Johnny become a good guy, but I mean that was kind of all in his character arc anyway. That was gonna happen. Like we saw that coming a long time ago. I just didn't want to see it because I like Johnny. Like I like him as kind of like the dude that's still stuck in the 80s, and he is.
He won't let it go.
But he's becoming more friendlier, I guess is the word I'm looking for. And I kind of want him to be like that badass, But you're also starting to see even a little bit of change increase.
Yeah.
So, which I saw that coming a long time too, because when they were showing like the flashbacks in earlier seasons, you could tell he really wasn't just a bad guy. He just went through some shit, So I'll probably finish it tonight, and I can really talk about it a little bit more in depth to really get into it. But the little black dude, man. By the way, everybody, that was fake news.
Man, I know I saw it somewhere, bro. I don't know.
No, actually, you know what? That's funny. I did see a YouTube video where they did show it said like, I think it was clickbait.
Okay.
But it said like they fired me. I didn't even give the video. I didn't even watch it because I did try to like look for headlines.
I ruined it. It's fine.
and I couldn't find anything. No, that's why I had to put the disclaimer. I had to put a disclaimer on the last video.
Whatever, man. Yeah, he's still there. He's through the whole season, I promise.
Because I don't want nobody thinking we out here putting out fake news. This motherfucking agent call us talking about defamation. I don't know what the law is on that shit, but I ain't want to take no chances.
Hey, man, I just know
but it was funny.
I know I saw it.
No, you did, but you did give a disclaimer. You said, I saw something. So
yeah.
It wasn't like you were saying, oh, he got fired. You said you saw something, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Honestly, I thought it was really fucking funny. It made for a hell of a clip. So
yeah. Happens, man. Happens.
It happens. It is what it is. But okay, so it's about 6:30. I know you gotta
yeah, I gotta go get twisted up, man.
Get ready to make your move. So I do want to give a shout out to our one patron from Patreon, Miss Krista Saldana, who happens to be our sister, my big sister.
Right. Shout out to the big sis.
My little sister, his big sister. Thank you for your support. So for all everything. Who else, yeah, for sure. For all else who enjoyed the show, man, be sure to like, be sure to comment, be sure to share, and most importantly, subscribe. If you do want to support the video, you can also visit the Patreon link down below in the links. And we also have merchandise available where you can go ahead and get like hats, t-shirts, coffee mugs, and all that good stuff. So we do appreciate you guys for tuning in, and we look forward to continuing more content for you guys. And that's pretty much it. Until next time, man.
Deuces.
Peace.